Group H has officially come to an end, and what a dramatic finish it was. Spain have lived up to expectations by topping the group. But the biggest story is undoubtedly Cape Verde. In their first ever FIFA World Cup appearance, they've reached the knockout stage, making history. Meanwhile, Uruguay and Saudi Arabia are heading home much earlier than many expected. Let's break down exactly what happened and what it means going forward. Spain finished top of Group H with 7 points after a 1-0 victory over Uruguay in their final match. Coming into the tournament, Spain were clear favorites. But their campaign didn't begin smoothly. A frustrating 0-0 draw against Cape Verde raised early questions. However, they quickly responded with a dominant 4-0 victory over Saudi Arabia before grinding out a disciplined win over Uruguay. What impressed me most was Spain's maturity. Even when they weren't playing spectacular football, Spain controlled possession, found ways to win. Spain now enter the round of 32, looking like genuine title contenders. Because they know how to win different types of matches. Cape Verde completely exceeded expectations. That may not sound extraordinary, but considering this was their first World Cup and they were grouped with Spain and Uruguay, it's a remarkable achievement. They frustrated Spain with a goalless draw, battled back twice against Uruguay in an entertaining 2-2 draw, and held Saudi Arabia to another draw when all they needed was to avoid defeat. Cape Verde may not have scored many goals, but they defended with incredible organization and never allowed the occasion to overwhelm them. Cape Verde proved that every single point matters, and those 3 draws were enough to earn a historic place in the knockout rounds. Uruguay entered the tournament with high expectations, but they'll leave wondering what went wrong. The biggest issue was their inability to finish matches. Draws against Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde meant they entered the final day under enormous pressure. Against Spain, they needed a result but couldn't find the breakthrough before eventually losing 1-0. For a nation with Uruguay's football history and talent, this is a disappointing campaign. They created chances throughout the group stage but lacked the clinical edge needed to survive in tournament football. Saudi Arabia also exit the tournament after collecting just 2 points. Their opening draw with Uruguay gave fans hope, but the heavy 4-0 defeat to Spain proved costly. A goalless draw against Cape Verde on the final day wasn't enough to keep their World Cup dream alive. Defensively, they competed well in parts of the tournament, but they simply didn't score enough goals to challenge for qualification. What do you think? Can Cape Verde continue their fairy tale run? Or will Spain go all the way and lift the trophy? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next World Cup analysis.